Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Malcolm Berman, the Director of Marketing at Walabot Home, Walabot Home. Thanks for joining us, Malcolm.
Hi, Fred. Happy to be on.
You're a very interesting company with some important technology coming to market. I'll let you give us a little bit of background of what you're all about.
Sure. Sounds good. So we'll be chatting a little bit about Walabot Home. But yeah, to give a little bit of background, our parent company is named VIR, and what we specialize in is using radio frequency or radio wave technology to bring breakthroughs in the medical space and a few others. And our company actually was founded with using this technology, which is quite unique. It has the ability to see through solid objects and analyze what's going on in the environment. And we used it initially to actually detect early stage breast cancer. Our sensors themselves have the ability to see through, in that case, human tissue, to detect differences and objects within that. So we were able to detect malignant, benign growths. And from there, we realized the technology could do actually many more things beyond actually early stage cancer detection. And in the case of Walabot Home, we use that same principle of sending out signals and analyzing the environment to actually check if someone's fallen, so we can get them help and send an alert without them having to wear any kind of fall detection bracelet or watch or push any button. So that's sort of Walabot Home in a nutshell.
Well, describe for us how this is installed and how it works. Are multiple units placed in a dwelling? Tell us about this.
Sure. One thing that was also even interesting for me is thinking about the context with my own father. My dad, who is in his mid-70s, about a year and a half ago, I remember he mentioned to me, and it was actually kind of quickly in passing during a phone conversation, that he had an irregularity with his heart, and it could actually lead to a stroke. And I remember he told me this, and he said it kind of calmly because he already had it checked out and he was okay, but it was shocking to hear. I've got a close relationship with my dad, and it made me sort of realize about it. It's not always so comfortable for parents and children to talk about medical conditions and sort of vulnerabilities. And I remember that a little bit after that, I was thinking about it and trying to figure out what could possibly help him. And I remember broaching the subject and sitting down with him one day to discuss about him maybe wearing a medical alert bracelet. And I remember I was sitting there, and even sort of before the words came out of my mouth to say, "Hey, Dad, I want to talk to you about this kind of option," I felt sort of like a pit in my stomach of this kind of discomfort. And I kind of realized that trying to ask him to wear a device that would kind of make him feel maybe self-conscious about his age or about his physical condition was really just not a very pleasant thing to do. And I know that when he heard me even ask about it, the look on his face almost instantly changed from a friendly conversation to kind of not feeling so good, a little bit defensive. And one thing that was going on sort of in parallel at VIR at the time was we were working on a solution. So what we essentially designed was a device where you place it right on your wall, and it sends out signals. Picture something like a Wi-Fi signal. So it's there's no health risk, there's no radiation or anything of that sort, and doesn't collect any optical information. So there's no picture or anything. It's just sort of sending out signals into the environment, and from there it creates a 3D image of what's going down, what is happening, and it can tell a difference between a person that's sitting, standing, falling down, subtle changes, for example, in breathing and the rate a person could potentially fall. And all you do is basically place it on the wall, and continuously in the background it scans for falls. And if a fall were to happen, what it does is that it sends out a call through the device itself, which is a two-way speakerphone, so you can actually talk to your caregiver, whoever you want, to tell them, "Hey, I've fallen, I need help, come and get me," or sort of update on the status. And I think what's really important is for many people who fall and are unconscious, it will still get them help because it will still connect them to the person so that the person will be aware that a fall has happened.
Very interesting. So you would use multiple units in a dwelling, or how do you envision this being used?
When we initially designed the device, we discovered that about 80% of falls happen in the bathroom. So we initially created a unit that was really focused on that, because also, again, for wearable devices, they were never really designed to work in a bathroom. I mean, I don't think anyone wants to wear a necklace or a bracelet when they're showering, or the situation of going to the bathroom in the middle of the night and remembering to put something on. So it was designed for that, but actually what we just announced today is the expansion into broader home coverage. So what you would do is you get the device, which we would recommend to put in the bathroom, but then if you've got other areas of in the home that you're concerned about, whether it's near a staircase or a kitchen or any of those, then there's an additional units where you can place it in the different rooms to enhance the coverage.
And tell us about installation. Are these typically professionally installed?
No, basically what happens is you get the device. There's an adhesive that would stick on the backside that's fairly sturdy, so you kind of place it on the wall with the sticker there. You plug it in, and then really you just go through a quick installation where you choose who your caregiver is. From there, would send that caregiver, you put in their phone number, and they would get a text that has the app on it. And from the app, they'd say, in my case, okay, you've got an app from Malcolm that in his home. Confirm that you've got it, go through I don't know, 2 or 3 step quick process, and then you're sort of good to go, and they've got that connection, that lifeline to you. So there's no kind of, you don't need to bring in an installer or any kind of trigger. It can be done in just a couple of minutes, sort of quickly.
And is it done through an app? It's set up through a phone or through the screen on the device?
Primarily through the screen on the device. So picture that you place it on the wall there, and you stuck it there, and then you turn it on. What happens from there is it asks you who your caregiver is. You put in that phone number, and your caregiver then gets alerted. You can have multiple caregivers. So, for example, if I want to call my son or my daughter or my friend, even having that freedom to actually choose who it will call as opposed to defaulting to your, let's say it's to your kids, which some people don't want to happen, or to a emergency services center. So you choose that person and then the backups. And from there, basically, you do a quick calibration where you push a button, it does a scanning mode of the bathroom, it sort of learns what's going on, and then you're basically good to go. And it's kind of like, you picture like a smoke alarm. It's in the background, it's just there, really unobtrusive, and if a fall happens, it's got your back, that kind of mentality.
Very interesting. And there's no camera, so there are fewer privacy concerns here.
Yeah, no cameras whatsoever. I think that was the big thing. That again, when you're using radio wave technology, that by nature of radio waves, there's no image or photo taking. It can never like be hacked into so that all of a sudden someone can see anything. The parallel is almost like like a Wi-Fi signal. Like there's not any meaningful data that can be used. So, but at the same time, using radio wave technology, it can analyze what's going on in the room to get you the help you need. But totally sidesteps any privacy issues. That was sort of the aim with it.
Is there a subscription involved at all?
Yeah, there's a small monthly fee, which is $9.99. It basically enables you to have the device monitor 24/7 for any kind of issues that are going on. It enables you to call sort of a round-robin calling service. So again, if you want to put in 3, 4 caregivers, all of those different folks in there, it also allows you to check on the device remotely. So if you have any concern about whether the device is active, that type of thing is what the service fee provides.
Tell us more about pricing and availability.
Sure. So it's now available and on the market, and as mentioned, we're excited because now we have the extended home coverage. What we want to do is just give people as much flexibility as they want. Initially, with the idea of trying to cover where 80% of falls happen in the bathroom, if you just have that one device that you get, which would run just $99, you have coverage in that main room. If you want to extend it to have coverage in the living room, kitchen, and stuff like that, you can buy an additional unit, 1 or 2, and then all of them, the price goes down if you buy more than 1 unit, whether it's $94 a unit or $89 type of thing.
And then about $10 a month for the subscription for the monitoring.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
And exactly. Would that cover multiple units in a home as well?
Yeah, the subscription fee there is for as many units as you have. That's just a flat fee. It doesn't change.
And once again, go over for us what you feel the chief advantages you have over the competing wearables, etc.
It's interesting. I mean, thinking about that situation I had with my father, as people get older, the desire to stay protected. I mean, falls are actually the number one cause of harm for older adults, both resulting in more deaths and more injury than any other situation. It's not disease. It's not. Falls are actually sort of this unknown major issue for people as they get older. And wearables, because they trigger sort of a lot of uncomfortable conversations where it's like, Mom, I'm concerned about you falling, and you're older, and the reversal of roles where all of a sudden the child becomes almost like the parent and is trying to convince their parents to use one of these devices. We saw there's been huge resistance. I mean, I think something like the medical alert bracelets, even though lots of people are aware of them, have got less than like a 5% penetration in the market, because wearing one of those around your neck, it's almost kind of like a badge of saying to the world, hey, I'm frail, or it's only a matter of time until I could potentially fall. And there's all the psychological pushback that really has caused a lot of challenges for the users and for adoption. So I think the idea of having a service that really is just automatic. I mean, if you fall, Walabot Home will get you help. You don't have to wear anything. You don't have to remember to charge any device. You don't have to push a button again. If you fall and you faint, those wearables, unless you push the button, are not actually going to help you. We wanted to bring technology from a very different industry into this space to provide a much simpler, easier solution for people. So again, like a smoke alarm, instead of having all of these things you need to wear about and be concerned or bring up awkward conversations, just place it there. We've got you, and you are basically covered.
And for more information, people can go to walabot.com. It's WALABOT.com. Malcolm Berman, thank you for taking the time with us.
Brett, thanks very much. Glad to be able to share, and thank you again.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C. Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world, listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on C-Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love C-Crane.